Many people agree that evolving to a model-based enterprise is complicated. But have you ever stopped to wonder why? Let's talk about the process of how things are made across many industries. A new product usually starts with a customer coming to a manufacturer. The manufacturer starts working on concept development. As the product transitions from concept to design, the requirements are refined at a much more functional level. Once the design is fully defined, it moves to planning where costing models are developed, and input is gathered from those involved with the supply chain. In almost every case, the increased attention initiates requests for design clarification or changes. Product definition approves or denies the requests, and the design is sent to the planners again with change reports. Whether the manufacturing and fabrication function is internal to the organization or includes a complex external supply chain, tooling is made, parts are produced, and assemblies are built. Once parts are fabricated and assemblies are built, they are tested to ensure that the product meets the design requirements and the customer's needs. The product is deployed, installed, or otherwise delivered to the customer. The product may have sustainment or service requirements that include maintenance tasks or replacement parts. Ultimately, the product reaches its end of life or obsolescence and is decommissioned. This is the process as it is today, a cycle that is already developed and proven to work. A model-based enterprise turns that cycle digital. But for this digital cycle to work, connection points must exist between each of the steps for information to flow freely. In many cases, there is not just a single connection, but many connections, as annotation and attribute information are exchanged. Think of those data connections as studs on the top of building blocks. As the blocks are put together, the data connections are made whole. Now imagine for a moment that each step in a life cycle is represented by a building block. Ideally, every company's processes and data needs fit together like a regular stack of building blocks. But that's not the case, and we have to tear down that simplistic notion. Reality is much messier than that, and the pieces don't quite fit together as smoothly and easily. So why is that an issue? For this next part, credit has to be given to Søren Eilers from the University of Copenhagen in Denmark. To continue the building block analogy, Søren's work shows that there are 46 different ways to stack a standard Lego block, one on top of the other. The two combinations shown with the blue bricks are unique. The remaining 44 combinations have a double, which is achieved by rotating the bottom brick by 180 degrees. This allows us to build an equation like this. As blocks get stacked on top of each other, the number of combinations grows exponentially. So if the example product lifecycle has 9 different states, each represented by a building block, there are over 10 trillion ways that those connections can be made. And one wonders why MBE is hard. But let's also not lose sight of the fact that your organization is unique, different from any other. Today, many of those data connections are facilitated by, and sometimes completely handled by, a human. So, are you willing to trust those 10 trillion data connection points to just any human? Or are you going to trust digital?